I apologize for that. Appears that we had the system crash on me. I'm sorry. I did not realize that even happened. Um, so if you're seeing my stream starting now, uh, it's because I started it before and then it crashed. So now we're gonna see where I kind of left off with that video and how long I was ignoring you. Oh, 40 minutes ago, and it only played. Oh man, 10 minutes. Did I really abandon you guys for 10 minutes? Let's see. Where was I? What was I doing? I had literally just figured out, or I was just about to figure. Okay, since you've been gone, um, since you've been gone, which I'll probably honestly just delete that video, or at least edit it, splice these two together, which YouTube might not let me do, but Twitch I'm pretty sure will end up letting me do. So, um, yeah, I'll fix that so when people are viewing it later, it's a little bit more smooth. I figured out how to open the crafting, and I started to work on my house. There are a few new features that I discovered from when I played it in early access, which is nice. Nice features in my opinion that allow you to more seamlessly change the look of your house. And yeah, so you can edit the wall material types, and you can edit which walls have windows, and I mean it even looks like the aesthetic itself of the buildings have changed a bit. But anyway, and it looks like it auto placed a path here. Oh no, it's just they put down like foundation material. I'll still have to build a path, I think. But yeah, I gotta get a few more logs here. Should probably build a torch at some point. And I will try to keep a better eye on if Streamlabs crash, like my OBS crashes on me again. I have no idea why that happened. I don't recall that ever happening before in the past. But here we are, having it happen. Alright. So we'll finish the door. My one log. Yeah, look at that. Nice stone house. Living a life of luxury. It's gonna take me longer just because of the stone. And I don't have a pickaxe yet. Which I guess maybe I can craft one, but who knows? Level up. And decided to look at the sky. Oh yeah, so I can craft a stone pickaxe, the log, and some stone. That will be helpful, because now I can mine rock instead, and hopefully get more out of it. And a torch. So stick and straw. Okay. Still will probably be spending most of my time selecting stuff, so. And simple torch. We will equip that. Doesn't need to be, so it just goes bloop. There. find stone a bit more readily. And if we happen upon a rock, we will mine it. It's definitely much easier to find stone now too, and I feel like that's because I'm viewing it at a higher quality now. Yeah, I guess this is the issues that you run into when you decide to change your games last minute and you haven't play tested or set up the game you're gonna play for streaming on your system that you want to update. Yeah. So now I'm gonna be moving slow because again I was getting a little. Oh, there's a stone right there. Trigger happy with picking up those stones. So I mean, even at medium, like the effects and stuff, foliage and stuff looks pretty good. And I mean, it's very similar in playstyle so far to like Valheim and stuff. So if you enjoy that game, this is fun. It's got more, a slightly different aesthetic to it. I know that they added more story to it now than they did before, so we'll see how that is. I'm really liking the stone though. I was just doing the weird thatch stuff before. What's that? Simple small house signboard. Oh, cool. It's got a sign on it. I either didn't notice that before or it's new as well. So yeah, perks of early access is I learned a little bit of the game and then forgot it all. So I kind of know what I'm doing, but then couldn't remember how to open the crafting menu. Oh yeah, and there's the stone over here. Might as well mine that. And this is actually where I built my house last time. I decided to build it a bit higher up on the hill. No. Why? Just can't mine this rock. Well, that's rude. Maybe I did build here. Maybe I just built further up. I think I might have subconsciously put it in the same spot. Oh, I did. Except for I had it here instead of there. Well, fine then. Guess I'll just not be different this playthrough. Oh, mushrooms. I'll need those. I'm getting low on food. So I guess I was told that I'd get a free meal from the innkeep. Oh, after I build a house though. Don't really need sticks, do I? Because I'm building stone. Alright, let's see here. Eat. Oh, I got an apple too. And some dried meat. Wow. Got 10 of these. Didn't really do a whole lot. Got 2 oat rolls and 20 dried meat. And does +5 food. There. Now we're nice and full. So we can go back to looking for stone. So, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I picked this up in early access. I started, on that, I started my village, but I mean, um, didn't actually get around to, like, starting to get villagers to join my village. I decided that was something that I kind of wanted to figure out here instead of getting in too deep. And I mean, like, I didn't want to get so far that I didn't want to lose progress, which shortly after I found out you could choose an option to not lose progress, but you don't have access to a lot of the features. You could load in the same save, but they were rearranging a bunch of stuff, so you might have a floating city that you can't access, or it might be built into the ground or something random. I just didn't want to deal with that, which I mean, I could deconstruct and reconstruct, but that just adds time, and it's not something that is fun to do on stream. Who knows? Maybe it would have been interesting in the fact that we would see, we'd have a bit more of a physical reference to what was changing. Like, who knows? Maybe I would have been, my place would have been built into a mountain or something, which I don't see any mountains, but not great view distance, especially at night. So we have 17 stone. We're gonna need more than that, I think. Oh, I'm probably gonna need some logs too. That's okay. We can fill up on stone and come back for and chop down logs later. That's the nice thing, is you can start to offload materials into the structure that you're building. Probably shouldn't have picked up that last rock. I was moving fairly decent, and then now I'm super slow again. Oh boy, I forgot about that. I'll have to change that material type too, I think. Oh, I do still have some logs. Let's offload as much of the stone, and hopefully I won't have to harvest too much more of it. It will just be logs. It's gonna be quite a bit. So we're gonna need 6 more and 8 more. So we're gonna need a total of 14 more stone. Well, plus whatever. Oh, my torch broke. Whatever this is. Let's see. Plus 4, so 18 and 22. Can change this to a wooden tile roof. A wooden roof. Of course we can. Oh, we gotta make planks though. Can I make planks? We might not be able to do that. It might still have to be a thatched roof. Let's see. Crafting. I think I'll need a different building in order to do that, to be honest. Furniture. Furniture and stuff. Wash tub, don't need that. Campfires, traps, seats, tables. This is gates. I don't think it'd be, yeah, I don't think it's possible, so it would still be a thatched roof. Which we can always update later. But anyway. Still liking the stone better than the wood. Oh, I forgot. Hey, to build a new torch. So I need straw. So I need to grab more reeds. Nope, not sticks. There. Now we have enough to build another torch. Which is annoying that I have to go back and re-equip it. There we go. There's plenty of stone down here. So, from my early access, the St. John's root is actually a poison, like for if you're poisoned and stuff like that. So, if you're really desperate and hungry in the spring at least, we eat berries. They're not ripe yet, so you get poisoned by them. Or maybe they're just, you get poisoned by them no matter what. But anyway, so that's a way to counter that. Don't remember. I don't think I've ever done that though, so I guess I don't know if they counteract each other, if you still get food bonuses. I'm assuming you get food bonuses from the berries, but and then it just poisons you, so start to deplete your health. And then aside from that, the broadleaf that I just picked up moments ago, that will heal your health. So if you're out questing, you can heal your health. Otherwise, you just get injured and you're near your house. You can just go back to your, you can go back to your bed. Resting at a campfire, as stated, will in the menu that was up, I think, when I started the stream again, will not replenish your health. It will just move time forward. So there's that. There's different resting options. One to move time, one to actually heal you. And yeah, the settings that I have it set at will actually have the seasons be 30 in-game days long, which so far we're moving into day 2. I've worked through the entirety of the night. So yeah, no sleep till Brooklyn. Okay, now we just have some logs to gather. Our house is nearly complete. I'll have to build a shovel. I want to get rid of these stumps. I don't like to so one log there, one log there, one log there, one log, 2 logs there. Then we'll need one for each of those. So one more tree should cut it. Should cut one more tree, and one more tree should cut it. Or maybe I just leave the stumps here, because I think they actually grow back if you leave the stumps. It just takes a long time. I have nothing against maybe this tree. This tree right here would be the only one, just because it blocks the pathway. But oh, I should probably get some water here soon. stone. Boom. Go. And now to collect a shit ton of reeds. So yeah, I find this game to be very relaxing to play. And I mean, right now I have bandits turned on, but they do have, it's just a little checkbox. So in the settings when you load up your game, or while you're in the game, you can actually toggle that on and off if you want to have a completely casual playthrough. I probably won't have to worry too much about it right now, but when quests take me further away from town here, it will probably become an issue. Now it tells me about the building menu. Go away. Hit delayed. But I mean, as you can see, it's relatively fresh out of early access. I think they are on their sixth or seventh patch since release, so there's that. Yeah. And oh, I'm gonna need more logs. I forgot about that. The roofs also need logs for support beams. In the words of Homer Simpson. Yeah, we'll put down the spruce tree. Don't remember how many spruce gives you. That's the other thing. You gotta remember, I think 1, 2, only 3. So oak trees give you 4, spruce gives you 3, which is weird because a spruce is much bigger, but oak I guess is a harder wood. I don't know, man. Just trying to find loose justifications here. It's not like it really changes, it doesn't change the aesthetic like it does in like Minecraft or anything. Like, it's just wood. Like, you just get logs from them. But other nice thing about this, if I recall, is once your house is built, as you'll see in one hit, it comes fully furnished. Chapters are a series of missions that appear at the beginning of the game and introduce you to the game mechanics. It also assists you in the initial stages of your new settlement construction. Completing chapters allows you to unlock the next development stage, which determines the maximum limits of buildings that you can construct. That is also a nice new feature, because before I could only build 5 buildings. Which might be this next chapter, but I think that was the end of the chapter, or maybe I just needed to add people to it. I do not remember. But anyway, now I have a chest, so now I can store stuff. Transfer. Oh, and hold for transfer stacks. Usually I transfer all of my non-equipped stuff. Except for coins, but I think I might do that as well. Just because now they are benditos. And as you can see, you can only store so much weight in each chest. And yeah. Probably want to start looking into getting warmer clothes, but or cooler clothes at first, and then like cool protection, and then heat protection stuff as we move towards fall and winter. But for now, we're good. And there's a cooking cauldron, so you can craft different foods. I never actually got to the point where I had recipes unlocked, so I think you have to buy those in order to do it. So cooking is kind of out of there. Oh, my torch broke because I forgot to unequip it. So I probably should grab some sticks and straw quick. I'll transfer the whole stack of both. Nope, I grabbed stone instead. Forgot that I need to click on the item I want to transfer. Just hover over it. Okay. So that's like one of my gripes about it is the UI is a bit, or the interactions are a bit dated, I guess. Falls more along the lines of like an older RPG style. Fighting, falling, or ignoring negative statuses. Oh, because my water's gone, that's why this popped up. Losing all of it will result in death. You regenerate health by sleeping in your bed, eating healing herbs or herbalist potions to cure wounds. Alright, so my bad. I forgot to go drink water when I was down by the lake earlier. So before I lose too much health, let's go drink the blood. Oof. So I'm wondering now if my frame skips and stuff were actually due to my OBS having issues and not actually the quality of my game. Do I really want to interrupt my stream further? I do, because I want to give you guys the best viewing experience if I can. Let's bump everything back up to high. Set changes. And I think, yeah, it's windowed, but it's not actually acting like it's windowed. Oh, no. Yeah, that did stuff. It's not happy with that. We'll go back to medium. Yeah. Did not enjoy me doing that. I mean, it's still kind of teetering there a bit. Alright, I need to talk to you. Hi, you're Deborah Niga, right? Nice to meet you. I'm Rasamir. Hello, what can I help you with? That's right, nice to meet you too, Rasamir. What brings you to me? Hunger, thirst, and Unigast. Unigast told me that you can fix me up with some food. I haven't eaten a proper meal in weeks. Well, it depends what proper means to you, but I can offer you something warm and filling. That sounds more than amazing. There you go. Now tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? There's nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived in the valley looking for my Uncle Lorden. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was Unigast's friend. I remember now hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. I don't remember him really. Most that I know about him is for my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him furiously, even when he stopped visiting. A lot of people did, from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. She's a very wise lady, given the time period. Thank you for, which I mean isn't probably the nicest thing to say. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear. But let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? I was part of a traveling band of troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play any instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unigas for the first time. He had so much sadness in his eyes. Lorden wasn't just a friend of his, he was a part of him. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unigas' presence that I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. What? Are you implying that I look old? Alright, there it is. Nothing of sorts. Anyway, so it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that. Or blindness, or stupidity, or judgment maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa with his sad eyes and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else. Yet I can't imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You sure got some places to go. It was a pleasure talking with you, Deborniga. Every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when starting a new life. Everything costs coin these days. I really appreciate that, but I'm not looking for a charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on, don't try to be a hero. Men. Alright. Do something for me, then I won't be a handout, just your first pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village. She's called Miwa. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what will happen to these people when they run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unigas asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course. Here you go. Great, thank you. You promised to tell me some stories about Lorden. Oh, I see. Well, in that case. Haha, thank you. So I got beer. And I got a quest update for Unigas' story. And I guess we'll just continue on with that. Sorry if that wasn't the most intriguing dialogue read that I've done. So Unigas story, deliver to Unigas oat ale ×2. Apparently I have 6 of them. Rasamir. Hey Unigas, you're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. A job well done indeed. Alright, we met. Let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Lorden for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend. A brother, actually. Remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Jellenberg, where I was born. You can say I hated that place, but it still was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did. Doing the only thing I could do. Stealing. You were a thief? I was, and a bloody good one if I might say. Picking pockets, my bread was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork, and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. But I'd be lying if I say I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime, no matter the motivation. I don't know about that. I'd say you'll want to wait and hear a bit more before settling all high and mighty on me. I'm sorry. Go on. We had an annual festival in Jellenberg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots. Then I saw a nobleman with money bags strapped to his belt. He was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd, like I did 1,000 times before. Child's play. Gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always. And then, wait, what happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull. And I was so shocked I didn't even realize that what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding and I could barely see straight. Do you know what was the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? No. A smile. A big, radiant smile on the face of a man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Lorden, the one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Wait, he did realize you were just trying to rob him, right? Or, haha, just like that? I don't know. I think the haha, just like that. Just like that. I don't get it. That's just how Lorden was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever. Smartest man I've ever known. Hands down. He could see the world like nobody else. Predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else. So, on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you? Indeed. Apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him. And he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at that moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In the matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being serviced by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. My mind there was only one explanation. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Yellenberg, and it felt like a dream, to be honest. Especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman. His manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. And then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped his face with his sleeve, and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that. I relived that moment a dozen times until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake. Oh no. No laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand it. Understand what? That he was full of crap. You see, Resimir, your uncle was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at its side, and you want what's inside. What are your options? You could force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock. But Lorden? He just holds his head up high, walks right in and demands the door to be opened. I'm going to be straight with you. It all sounds made up. It sure does, huh? I and the pack were the only ones that had seen behind the scenes of Lorden's show, and even for us, it was unbelievable at times. Wait, the pack? Oh dear, Rasimir, there's so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun, but it's getting late. Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After that beer we had a couple more, and then some mead, if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunk and absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in the silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I've even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Lorden's doing. I've never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Yellenberg with him on that day, the first time I went outside of the town's walls, and never came back. That was the day the pack was born. 3 years later, there were 5 of us, a real team, a family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It all sounds so incredible. I've never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Unigast, for everything. Whoa. That was a lot of dialogue. Kinda wish that it had voice actors to be on. Oh. We've got the beer effect on. The beer goggles. Either that or I accidentally changed the settings beyond medium. Right. Oh yeah, there's an intoxication symbol right there. Well, that's fun. So that must just mean like stories and shit. Right. So I made tab for development, huh? So skills and survival knowledge. So 5% more experience gained from survival activities, 2 degrees more temperature tolerance, and 25% higher resist poisoning. Well, always gonna vouch for more experience. And there we go. Let's see, what other... We should probably do some spears. So we're gonna need some logs. Start out on some hunting trips. Now I can get resource storage. New building. Oh, so it was a maple, actually, that gives you 4. Alright. Q. So now we want crafting menu. Make a few spews. Pretty sure there's a way. Come on. Craft more. Craft. All 6. Probably go and eat some food too. And we will also add in my road. And maybe even, hold on, put a shovel. Can I build a shovel? No. Well, there's a bunny. Equipped that, and I'm gonna put in slot 3. Oh, bam. Oh, I gotta make a knife. Shoot. So, handcrafting. We need sticks and stones. I think I have 2 stones inside, actually. I don't think I have to actually equip this. Just need to have it on my person. We'll see. There you go. Skin it. Yep, just need to have it on my person. Look, there's another rabbit. I should probably make a campfire. Oh, wait. I don't think I can cook raw meat. At at the pot inside. Set a rabbit trap. Oh, so I need to build a rabbit trap as well. So, and crafting. Nope, not that. Not buildings. We want. What's this? Was it in buildings? Maybe it was. Hunting. No. Farming. Nope. Extraction. So there's the need 10 logs in order to build resource storage. Animal husbandry. See, I know what's in here somewhere. Builder's hut. Maybe it's something I can't do yet, though. I feel like it would be here. Hunting lodge, fishing hut. Oh, okay. So I might have just been in the wrong. I'm sure into traps. Rat trap, rabbit trap. So I need sticks. Don't have enough sticks. There's plenty lying around. Alright, now we know it is furniture and decoration. Traps, rabbit traps. And we will just put it right there. Set the trap. And we should also do lighting? No. Campfires. Need more sticks. Which I have plenty in here. Cannot place it in the house. I know that much. I kind of want to. Let's just place it right here. Light the fire. And we'll craft some meat. Since I need to eat. Okay. got some more oat ale, some roasted meat. Go. It does plus 20 food and water. So we actually we'll just eat that because that gives us both things that we need. I think that should be good. We'll fix the rest tomorrow. Sleep there. We can sleep in the house. You can sleep till the next season. One day in 34 minutes. Would be 1 day, 34 minutes. Oh, available. So you can only sleep at night then, huh? Well then, in that case, we might as well run down and drink our fill of water. Eat this one mushroom we found. Weird that there's only one. Never opened my second beer. We only have half an hour left. Okie dokie. Now we should be able to sleep. Can't sleep for another can't fast forward through the days for another day. Okay. So we will check our rabbit trap. There's nothing in our rabbit trap. And so we will go and confer with Unigast? Unigast. I'm probably butchering these names, but there's no dialogue to fix it, so. Alright. So another day of me recounting, another session of me narrating a conversation for you. Hello, Rasimer. Are you getting settled? The valley is treating me nicely so far. That's wonderful, Rasimer. But you come at a poor time. My duties as a Castilian await me. Of course, I understand. Is everything alright? Yeah, it's... I'm not sure, to be honest. There's been a murder. Okay, this is dark, and I like it. Great! I mean, not for the deceased, obviously, but there's that excitement and mystery the valley is lacking. Oh, how I miss being that young and stupid. Hey, don't be too harsh on yourself. You're still plenty stupid. I shouldn't be joking about that. I'm an adult and an important figure. Ah, whatever. Do you wish there to be 2 bodies instead of 1? I respect you even more than before. Jokes aside, Rasimer. That's a really serious matter. I won't be able to share more stories with you at the moment, but I believe there is someone you should meet. His name is Sambor. He was one of us. The pack, I mean. Are you serious? And he lives here, in the valley? That's right. All of them do, actually. Here, I've marked Sambor's house on your map. You should pay him a visit. Great, I'll go there right away. But beware, calling Sambor friendly is like calling being stung by a bee right in the tip of your manhood pleasant. Oh, I'm sure you're exaggerating. He was part of the reminders after all. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'll be on my way then. That was a bit of an odd description of being stung in the... Not everyone playing this game is going to know how that feels, I don't think. I don't know how that feels. What were you doing to get into that situation is my question. Like, well, just why? Why did that happen? Okay, here's where things are probably going to get tricky for me. So the innkeeper wanted me to make them rye, or grow them rye. I have plenty of time, I think, to get around to that, since I think all I have to do is plant enough rye during spring, but it won't actually grow until summer. So at least that's my knowledge. They could have changed that too, but anywho, here we go. Requesting we will go for the next half an hour of streaming time. I'm disappointed though. Like, I thought I'd be able to mine those rocks. Right now the pickaxe seems quite useless. Lots of stones out here though. Alright, looks like we have 4 new notifications there. Hopefully they're just frame drops. Everything else seems to be fine. I don't know, like, what is up. I feel like it's gotta be my OBS system. It's just being wonky. Get some mushrooms for when I need to eat. Watch for wild animals and bandits. I am really excited though, like, oh, see, now it's working. Like, why do I have to bend down? So far, nothing is happening, though. So maybe it's not going to do anything. Maybe I need something stronger than a stone axe for that, then? It's kind of weird that I haven't seen a single animal, though. I was expecting a deer, wolf, rabbits, maybe a fox. So far, nothing. Wild boar? I don't know. What are some other animals that I remember seeing? I'm hearing a lot of woodpeckers though, that's kind of cool. Oh. There's a wolf. Do I stay clear of it? Do hunt it. Not hunt it. Oh boy. Where did my stick go? Where'd my spear go? This is where it was standing, wasn't it? Maybe it broke. I swear it kind of just fell to the ground though. Oh, there it is. Right. It was none too happy with me, but it got away. Oh, I need health. It's probably a poor decision. No, man. I'm not gonna risk it. It's messing me up pretty good. I don't think this adds any health. Oh, they actually poison you. So far, I'm okay. I mean, it's not a whole lot of poison. There's the wolf again. Run! I don't think I'm gonna survive this time. He's coming for me. Oh, we made it. Just had one stabby left. Alright, that's good. I was concerned. So we've got quite a bit of fur. Wow, lots of meat there too. Hi, Sambor. Think you're lost, boy. Sorry, I didn't mean to Wait a second. Look me in the eye. And stop shivering for crying out loud. Huh? Black and blue. You're Lorden's family, aren't you? Yeah, my name is Rusmir. You must be Sambor then. And how do you know that? I was talking with Unigast. He told me that you were a part of the Reminders as well. Part of what now? The pack? The one with Unigast and Lorden? I've never heard this idiotic name in my life. Oh, sorry. Maybe I've made a mistake. We were called the Undying Fist. Oh my, that's so much worse. Whatever. What do you know? What are you, like 12? Normally I wouldn't argue with you about that, but I'm afraid you'll kick the bucket during this dispute, old man. Oh, there's something I would kick for sure. So smart choice, not? Anyway, I would love to hear some stories about my uncle and the pack's adventures together. That's an amazing coincidence because I would love to spend my time telling the old tales by the crackling fire. Oh my, really? No. Leave my property and forget where it is. Oh, come on. Only take a moment. A moment of a moment, really. Just tell me, what was my uncle like? How did you become part of the Undying Fist? And what did you do exactly as the pack? You don't know what we did? You're gonna get to that part yet. Alright. But be quiet and try to be less annoying.
Where should I begin? Right. It all started when Lorden left his home. He was 18 at the time, if I remember correctly. That clever bastard was always too big of a fish for his birthplace, and he knew that. Left as soon as he could, but cleverness at such a young age always mean two things: being arrogant and hot-headed.
Looks like we might crash again. Yeah, I think it's honestly just, for some reason, Streamlabs OBS is being dumb. Hold on a sec. Drop of frames.
His plan was to set out as a big adventurer. That's it. Pretty detailed, huh? A path like that is paved with skeletons of young idiots. But none of them was Lorden. Either way. He was wandering for days. Days soon turned into weeks and his rations into dust. He was a useless hunter back then. At least. So berries and mushrooms was all he could get. So obviously he needed some coins. Came across a manor with orchards so vast they seemed like an ocean. Lorden hired himself there. A week of back-breaking labor had passed, his hands were covered in blisters, red skin from the scorching sun, knees pulsating from pain. I must say, you're a really amazing storyteller. I wasn't expecting that. Shut up. Do you want me to finish? Where was I? Alright. He was exhausted from all the strenuous work he's done. Went to the lord of the manor with a smile on his face to collect the payment. His stomach was already full with fantasies of all the delicious treats he was dreaming of buying, and all of that was ruined by the hand of the lord holding a couple of lousy coins. Lorden was furious. That was merely a fraction of the pay he was supposed to acquire. He started shouting at the lord, demanding justice. Peasants were just flies to the lord, disgusting, replaceable insects. And what do you do with a fly which buzzes too loudly? Both of the lord's palms struck Lorden's ears with the strength of an ox. Lorden fell to the ground stunned, and the lord's guards threw him out of the manor like garbage, stealing that few pathetic coins while doing so, if I may add. It wasn't until evening when Lorden regained his hearing, and it came a fervent thought of revenge. Your uncle was quite a capable fighter when I met him 10 years later, but he wasn't back then. He knew the guards would massacre him if only he came close, so he needed to find another way to fulfill his vengeance. Lorden was always ambitious, but that hatred fueled him like nothing before. And what happened next? What came later was me becoming bored of this conversation. Go away. No way, you can't leave me like this. I can do whatever I want. Scram. I have things to do. Screw your things, huh? You really do have Lorden's blood in you. You're right, screw my things. They're your things to do now. What do you mean? I mean, I'll finish the damn story when you do what I'll tell you to. Understood? Just say what needs to be done. You won't regret it. Here, grab this shovel. It's a piece of crap, but it will do. There are clay deposits behind my house. Go there and dig up some clay for me. Clay? That's your pressing need? You have a pottery addiction or something? First of all, I don't need to explain myself to you, child. Secondly, it's for medical purposes, and that's the answer that will fully satisfy you. Got it? Whatever you say.
Dude. I don't know what is going on here, but OBS is just struggling. It's just fluctuating with connectivity up and down, up and down. Green to red in half a second. Frame drops. After frame drops. don't understand. And I don't think it has anything. I mean, it might have something to do with this. Who knows? Still, it shouldn't be dropping that much. Alright, so I need clay. He gave me a shovel. Wooden shovel. And we will equip that in slot 4. And... it said behind the hut, right? Yeah, right here. Wooden deer figurine. Oh, cool. I'll take those. Nope, didn't want that. So I can build a hunting lodge now. I thought there was more. Yeah, there's one right there. I swear there was more mushrooms. Alright. I need one more clay. So, another clay deposit there. Nope. Yeah, this is a bit better. Like, the story actually does seem to give me a bit more insight into where things are. I do seem to have the volume a little high, or at least I need to turn down in the settings for this game, because the background music by itself is fine. Here's all the clay you wanted. Will you finish the story now? Alright, alright. So as I've already said, Lorden wasn't much of a fighter back then. He didn't have many money nor connections, but he had one thing, an unusual ability. You see, from an early age, Lorden was an exceptionally good liar. No sweaty palms, no voice cracks, no tells really. Calm, steady breaths, eye contact held all the way. He eventually managed to handle any kind of pressure, even in the craziest situations. But it wasn't that at first. He felt no pressure lying, no stress at all. It was as natural for him as breathing. He had absolutely no remorse. He came up with a plan so immensely moronic and unrealistic that it's really hard to believe that it worked so perfectly. At first, he convinced the nearby town's tailor to sew him a whole set of clothes worthy of the most wealthy nobleman. The finest of fabrics, silken threads, you name it. Horrendously expensive. So how did he manage to afford it, you may ask? It's simple. He didn't pay for it. So he stole it? I said no such thing. Lorden wasn't a thief. Not in the traditional meaning of the word, at least. Apart from that, did I finish the damn story? While wearing his new clothes, he traveled to the castle of the king of that realm and entered it. Okay, now I know that you're making this all up. That's simply impossible. You're absolutely right, it is. It's mad to even consider trying to pull that off. But Lorden, he just walked straight in. I don't blame you for doubting me. Damn. I would have been first to doubt a thing like that if I didn't see him doing it hundreds of times later with my own eyes. Anyway, he walked right into the castle, and once he was there, he followed through with his plan, which was betting his wife. Whose wife? The king's. The king's wife? Mm-hmm. So, the queen. Indeed. So let me get this straight. Plan was to get into the castle and lay with the queen
Exactly that. You're right. That is the most absurdly idiotic plan I've ever heard. I told you. But it worked like a charm. I still don't get it. What worked? What was he accomplished by that? After the lovemaking, he dressed up, deliberately leaving his undergarments on the bedside, and told the queen he'll be right back with some refreshments. Then he went to one of the king's guards and told him that he saw the queen with the company of a strange man, sneaking into one of the chambers. The guard rushed in and witnessed the queen naked in bed with a man's clothes right next to her. As a loyal servant, the guard reported on the matter directly to the king himself, who, as you can probably imagine, became furious to say the least. He couldn't really punish his wife. That would be bad for his reputation, but he could pursue her lover. Unfortunately for him, at this point, Lorden was long gone from the castle, riding a beautiful bay mare he borrowed from the stable into the sunset. Still don't get it. You see, the king didn't catch the filthy seducer, but it didn't mean he couldn't track him down and find him. To do so, the only track he could follow was the one thing that Lorden left behind, except his undergarments and a pleasurable memory for the queen: his name. Not his real name, of course. The name he used when introducing himself to the queen was the Orchard Lords. Precisely. Now you get it. Ha! That's incredible. The Lord's head must have left the company of his body pretty promptly. He didn't get killed. That wouldn't be in Lorden's style. The queen begged for his life to be spared, so the king threw him in the dungeon, where he spent all the days he had left. Lorden was amazing. All that with just the power of his wits and speech. He surely showed the Lord that he shouldn't have wronged him. Don't get the wrong idea about his reasons. Lorden didn't get through all of that just because of what the Lord did to him. You see, the Lord was cruel, merciless, brute. He was a cruel, merciless brute. He mistreated all of his subjects. Killed for fun, raped for sport. People used to call him the laundryman because one of his habits was drowning his bastards in the lake right after birth, like unwanted kittens. Lorden needed to stop him, and he did. But that's not the end of the story. After the Lord's capture, someone had to take his place. He didn't have any rightful successors, but then, with just an uncannily perfect timing, came a distant cousin of the Lord's, a charming young man with 2 different eyes. You have to be kidding me. He easily acquired all possessions of his sentenced relative, but Lorden didn't want any of that, not for himself. So he took only 3 bags of coins from the treasury and left everything else in the hands of the peasants. They were elated. He is still probably worshipped there, I can tell you that. Oh, and one more thing. Why 3 bags, you might ask? That's easy. 1 for the tailor, 1 for the stableman he took the horse from, and the last one for himself, with the exact amount of coins he was rightfully supposed to earn for his work at the orchard. I told you, Lorden wasn't a thief, and that was it. He mounted his beautiful mare and left the realm, continuing his adventures. At least that's the story he used to tell us. So nothing of that may be true at all. But that's just how it was with Lorden. Can't believe that you're talking about my uncle. My mother used to portray him as a simple merchant. Successful, but normal, mortal. Yeah, I was wondering if he actually was mortal many times. Well, now we know. But wait, you didn't tell me what the purpose of this undying fist. Oh, I thought it would be obvious now. On that day, Lorden's mission was born. He knew that the spoiled, rotten elites like that were scattered all around the world, draining life and dignity from the hard-working simple folk, and that he was capable of stopping them. to some extent at least. So that's exactly what he started doing. Overthrowing corrupted lords and giving back to the community. Sounds like a hero. A true hero. Well, it wasn't like... I mean, well, I guess you could say that. So, how did you join the pack? Lorden was working solo until he met Unigast. That rat's agile fingers could work like Lorden's tongue didn't. And then, they needed someone with other talents they were lacking. Like strength, manliness, bravery, independence, gallantry, integrity. Right, I think I get the picture. So they recruited the best there was. I was between jobs at the time, so I gave them a chance. And finally the pack started to really make a difference. But I don't like to brag. Oh yes, I noticed. Humble to the bone. Thank you for noticing. People at my level don't need to boast about our skills. Just like the sun doesn't need to prove it's bright. Anywho, I already spoke more words to you than I did in the last 5 years to anybody. So it's time for you to go and preferably don't come back. Ever. It was a great pleasure and a true honor. Yeah, I don't care. Leave now and return for giving... And in return for giving away my location, deliver this delicious meal to Unigast. It's his favorite. A knuckle sandwich. You want me to hit him in the face? Did I stutter? No, sir. Of course, sir. I'm on my way, sir. So I gotta go punch Unigast in the face, I guess. It's dark and spooky. Dark and spooky. Alright, well. It looks like... What time is it in the game? Like, where's the moon? It seems like the sun... Oh, there's the moon. So pretty early yet. It's creeping. It's creeping up to that star right there. So yeah, it's a long walk home in the dark. With no health. Steal a stone knife? Can I sleep in here? No? This is not, it's not a house. This is probably a house. Can I, no one, nope, can't sleep in his bed. Doesn't have anything. It's not like the Elder Scrolls games apparently can't just steal from him. Alright. Well, I guess that kind of ends my stream. Sucks that it was interrupted. I'll have to figure out what's going on, if it's like a network issue, or what. Because I mean, the network is like fine. It just toggles on and off. I don't know, man. But I actually do highly recommend this game, even more now, like than I did before. Like, I thought it was fun and relaxing before, but now they've actually added some story. Again, as you've probably heard me say a few times in this stream, wish they had voice acting, which I'm totally okay doing for you. I'm not going to keep these voices straight for each character, but at least not without extensive notes. So it'll probably change from stream to stream, but I can keep reading them until someone gets annoyed and tells me to not to. Yeah, so it looks like I should probably eat some food too. I kind of wish that, you know,
they would have given you the option to do a little bit of character creation. It's another gripe I have. But I guess I can kind of understand it. They wanted to be historically accurate or whatever. So you had to be a male character, and then they just wanted to make it so that you couldn't pick your own name, so they wouldn't have to code in an insert name here code or whatever and interrupt their flow of their dialogue. But I mean, it's all written, so like unless they're planning on adding voice acting later, I don't really see the point in not allowing you to choose the name. But whatever. Like, our name is Rasamir. It's alright. It's good. Or maybe they were still, again, aiming for more historically accurate, so they picked names, I don't know, from transcribed oral histories or something. But I'm talking out of my ass about it right now, though. I'm trying to justify, or trying to figure out what their reasoning was behind it. Yeah. I mean, only way to find out would be to talk to the devs. I don't have that ability. Yeah. Otherwise, the crafting is pretty seamless. It's pretty fun to use. Anyone rewatching this after watching my Thursday night stream might be wondering why the hell I decided to switch from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot to this game last minute. The answer is I felt like it. I didn't feel like playing oh wait, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do empty. Yeah. Well, I didn't feel like playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's DLC. Just really wasn't in the mood. And I don't know. I don't know if that's like a testament to how I feel towards the DLC. Like, in general, like the last two were really lacking. And that may have been playing into the motivation here, as I'm still a little sour about it. Because I mean, also it didn't play into it at all. Like, this third DLC was not continuous. Maybe it will towards the end, or maybe both or all of these DLCs will tie into another DLC they have planned. But I haven't heard or seen anything mentioned about that so far. I could be wrong. We might be seeing something in the future. I don't know. Anyway, I decided to do this one instead, though, because I really enjoy it. Why I didn't go back to one of my previous ones is because I feel like this one is more fun and relaxing, and it's kind of how I want my Sunday stream to kind of lean into more. It's the end of the weekend. Give people a one last hurrah of like relaxation before the weekend ends, or when they're watching it later, just something chill. Yeah, and it's one that, like, this one does have story, but I mean, there's really no end game. Like, the end game is you just build a dynasty, so I can stop at any point and play other games. So it's easier for me to stop this one when I pick up Halo and play through that campaign, and then return to it. Whereas, like, with previous games, like, it's interrupted the story, and like it's going to do with like Dragon Ball Z one, it'll put some probably put too much distance between it. And you might have to rewatch the previous video. But anyway, I digress. This game, I say it's worth picking up if you haven't picked it up in early access or at launch. And yeah, hopefully by next stream on Tuesday, I can figure out these streaming issues. I'll look at my OBS and stuff like that here. As I send it into the end screen. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, night. Yeah. And again, sorry for all the issues that came up tonight. Hopefully I'll have it remedied before next time. Even if it means I have to drop some of these settings a bit more, I will look up some optimization stuff. I'll run it through NVIDIA to optimize it, and then I'll drop some of those higher pull graphics settings before the next time we stream this on Sunday. And yeah, we'll catch you later. Hopefully you all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you later.